Hello students, welcome back to your grammar class. So let us continue today with the portion that is determiners. As in the last class we saw that there are 6 kinds of determiners, that is articles, demonstrative, possessives, distributives, quantifiers and interrogatives. So in your last class we were doing with the articles, and there are 3 articles, that is a, an and the, right, and we were going through the uses of a. Where can one use a, right? So basically, as discussed in the last class, generally there are 8 uses of a, and out of which we have discussed 4 in the previous class. So let us see today the remaining 4 uses of a. So the next one is that we use a before units of price, speed, ratio, weight and etc. Now for example, if I tell you like this car gives 15 kilometers a liter, right? So here what am I talking? I am talking basically that the mileage, that means the ratio, that in 1 liter how much kilometer can this car drive. So this car gives 15 kilometers a liter, right? A, that means 1. Next, if I give you another example, sugar is rupees 30 a kilogram. That means 1 kilogram of sugar costs 30 rupees, correct? Here we are talking about weight, 1 kg, 1 kilogram. Next uses of a is that we use a before certain numbers. Like for example, if I tell you 100, a billion, right? What do you mean by 100? It means 100, 1 billion, a billion. Okay, so there are certain numbers before which we use a. Next, we also use a in expressions of frequency. Okay. Now, if I tell you that many a times when we fall sick we go to the doctor, okay, and what does the doctor do? The doctor prescribes medicine. Have you ever seen how it is being written, or how does the doctor advise us to take medicine? Generally, you might have heard the doctor saying that take this medicine twice a day, which means in a day, in 1 day, you have to take this medicine only twice. So the frequency, the interval between that, 2 times in 1 day. Next comes, we also use a in certain exclamatory expressions. As in the first recapitulation class that we had about sentence, the different types of sentences, I have already shared with you the exclamatory sentences, right? The different 4 kinds of sentences. So even in certain exclamatory expressions, we use a. For example, what a beautiful shot, right? So here basically what are we doing? We are expressing our feelings, our emotions. That means we are happy with the shot. We are happy to see the shot. So what a beautiful shot. Another example if I give you for the same uses of a, what a pity, right? You feel pity, what a pity, correct? So these are generally the different uses of a. Now let us proceed to the uses of an. Okay, even an performs the similar sort of function as like a, but there are some differences between a and an. Okay, so first of all note that an is used before singular countable nouns. I repeat, and is used before singular countable nouns. It has to be singular, the noun, and at the same time it must be countable. Plus one more criteria which you have to keep in mind in the uses of an is that this singular countable noun must begin with a vowel sound. I repeat, it must begin with a vowel sound and not with a vowel. Most often, generally, students very frequently they make mistakes whenever you see any particular word which starts with a vowel later, you start writing n. Wrong. That is wrong. you must know that we use an not in front of those words where it starts with the vowel letters. Rather, we use a before those words which has got a vowel sound. All right. So what is important for us is that the sound of the word and not the spelling of the word. Okay. Now let me give you some examples so that you have a good understanding. Now for example, university. All right. How do we spell university? University, right? University. But how do we pronounce? It's university, U. That means Y-O-U, Y. So the beginning letter is Y. Even though it is written as U-N-I, but the pronunciation goes U, Y-O-U. So in this place, we will not use an, we will use a university. Alright. Let me give you one more example. One, O-N-E, one. Okay. How do we spell O? O-N-E. But how do we pronounce? Wa, one, W. Correct? Even though we write O, but we pronounce as W. So even in this case, we won't use N. We won't say an one-man army. No, it's wrong. We will say a one-man army. All right. Now, at the same time, there are certain words which begins with consonant letters, but it has got a vowel sound. So in such type of words, even though it begins with a consonant letter, but the sound starts with a vowel sound, so we must use an before them. For example, we talk about hour, right? N-R, to R, H-O-U-R. Even though it is spelled as H-O-U-R, H. But when we pronounce, we don't say hour. No, we don't say that, right? We say hour. So the pronunciation goes with O. Okay. So in this case, we will use an, A-N, an hour. Another example, if I give you similar, MP, right? MP, full form Member of Parliament. So if I say MP, it's written as M, capital letter M as in mango, P as in parrot. But what is the spelling of M? A-M, M, right? I am a boy. I am a boy, I am a good boy, right? I am the best student in the class. I am, A-M, M. So even though it is written with the letter M, but the pronunciation goes as A-M. So in this case, we won't say a MP, we will say an MP. All right. Another example, let me give you. An honest man, H-O-N-E-S-T. We spell it as H. The spelling of the word starts with H, H-O-N-E-S-T. But the pronunciation doesn't start with H. We don't say honest man. No, not that. That is wrong. We say honest man. H is silent. And so the pronunciation is O. So in this case, even if the spelling starts with H, but we will go with the pronunciation. That is O. So therefore, we will use N before honest and not A. Okay. Now, there are certain places where we must not use A or N. Okay. Now, the first thing or the first point that you have to keep in mind where we cannot use A or where we must not use A or N is that before plural nouns. Okay. You know what is a noun? It's a naming word, name of a place, thing, animal, and anything. So before plural, and you know what is plural? More than one. Now, for example, if you see in your textbook, there are near about 3-4 examples already mentioned in the book. You could see that if I talk about one singular noun, say bag, a bag, okay, it's fine. But if I make this particular noun into plural, bags, and if I say a bags, it's wrong. Okay. Instead of saying a bags, because bags, S, plural, but I must say some bags or many bags. Okay, I can use such type of words, but not a bags. That is completely wrong. Second point is that we cannot use a before uncountable nouns. You know, there are certain nouns which we cannot count, right? Like for example, it can be name of substances, or it can be abstract nouns. Okay, now luggage. Okay, luggage is a noun, right? It's a naming word, but it's an uncountable noun. So in that case, I cannot say a luggage. What will I have to say? Either I can use some luggage, or I can also add a piece of luggage, not a luggage, all right? Or even in case of say another example, gold. A gold, it's wrong. A piece of gold, a grain of gold. Okay, so you cannot use a before uncountable nouns. Another point next where we cannot use a or an is that before the name of meals. All right, suppose if I say I will have a lunch now, I will have a lunch now, I'm wrong. Lunch is the name of a meal. So if I have to correct it, I'll have lunch, I'll have my lunch now, right? Not I'll have a lunch now. It's wrong. But whereas there are also certain places, certain criterias, okay, exceptions are there where we can use a even in place of, even before the names of meals. Generally, we cannot use a or an before the names of meal, but there are certain exceptions where you can use it. That is, the exception is that before the names of special meals, if it is a special meal, then you can use a or an before the name of the meals. For example, I will have lunch in the president's honor. So see, this, I'm going to have a lunch, all right, but this is a special meal in the president's honor. And this president's honor does not happen every now and then, or very frequently, no, right? It's a special meal. So before the names of special meal, I repeat, only before the names of special meal, you can use a or an as required, okay, but not before the names of any meals. Next comes before proper nouns. You cannot use a before proper nouns. I hope you know what is proper noun, related, relating to proper specific name. Now, for example, say any name, Ramu, okay. If I say a Ramu, Ramu is the name of any person. Say a Ramu, am I right? In place of a Ramu, I can only say Ramu, okay. Are you getting it? Before proper noun, a Ramu means someone by the name Ramu, okay, but I don't know that particular boy. So do not use the word a or an before any proper noun. Next comes with the name of the diseases, all right. There are certain diseases like malaria, typhoid, okay. So when you want to express such type of diseases, do not use a or an with the name of the diseases, okay. You can use the, but not a or an. There are some certain phrases, okay, some idiomatic expressions where we make, and special phrases are there. Even in those special phrases and idioms, the idiomatic expressions, we cannot use a and an. For example, if I tell you by train, okay, these are idiomatic expressions or special phrases, you can call them by train, on foot, in bed, go to school, at lunch, go home, and so on likewise, okay. So even in before such type of, or with the such type of expressions or such type of special phrases, you cannot use a and an. You cannot also use a and an with the names of the days, months, and seasons. Say our school is closed for the winter vacation in December. Okay, so see, our school is closed for the winter vacation in December. December is the name of a month. You cannot use a December or an December. Okay, even with the names of days, for example, Sunday is a holiday. Not that a Sunday is a holiday or an Sunday is a holiday. No. Even with the names of season, spring is a season of great rejoicing. Not a spring is a season of great rejoicing or an spring is a season of great rejoicing. So, with the names of days, with the names of months and also seasons, you must take note of all these things. Okay. One more point which you have to keep note of, where you cannot use a and an, is that with words like father, mother, uncle and so on, because in a given situation they are just like a proper noun. As I already remember, just 2-3 points back I already told you that you cannot use a like Ramu. I give you the example of Ramu. Ramu. A Ramu means just the name of that boy, the name Ramu. Okay, but we cannot use a with the proper noun. Likewise, when we talk about father, mother, uncle, etc. and so on, they are also very much similar to proper noun. For example, mother has just come from the market. So supposingly your friend comes to your house, okay, or say auntie, uncle, someone comes to your house, you have a guest at your place and you say that, and the guest inquires about your mother. You say that mother has just come from the market. You will not say a mother has just come from the market or an mother, right? It's self-explanatory. You mean to say your mother, proper noun. Definitely you're talking about your mother. You're not talking about your neighbor's mother or your friend's mother, correct? So it refers to proper noun. Mother has just come from the market. Likewise, it also goes with father. For example, father has not been well since yesterday. So when you say father has not been well, that means you're talking about your father. You are specifically referring to your own father. That means a proper noun. Okay. So just take note of all these points. All right. So I will end the class here for today, and in the next class we shall see the uses of the. Okay. We will look at the uses of the, and also we will see the certain norms where the cannot be used. There are also certain places which we have to keep in mind. Certain norms are there where we cannot use the. Okay. Take care, and as required, complete your assignment. In case if you have any doubt, kindly get back to me. God bless you.